Hey up everyone, welcome to the Rugby League History channel. Tonight I'm going to be starting a new series which is the Betfred Super League's Forgotten Rugby League Grounds. I did the NRL's Forgotten Grounds series and a lot of people really like that. But tonight I'm going to start that series and we're going to explore some grounds that no longer exist or grounds that sit abandoned after the clubs have left them and gone to bigger, brighter and better new stadiums. But tonight, this is going to be the first of many video series that I'm going to be doing on this issue, and the first ground tonight is Wilderspool. Of course, for Warrington fans, they would know Wilderspool very well, but to my younger audience and to people out there that are not really familiar with the Super League, they wouldn't know what Wilderspool was. So Wilderspool was the home ground of Warrington. The ground was built in 1881, but it wasn't until 1898 that Warrington moved to the grounds, although I did find a record on Rugby League Project that says that Warrington played a Challenge Cup match against Broughton Rangers on March 24th, 1897, which Warrington won 3-0. Warrington initially got a 10-year lease on the grounds, and they continued to play there between 1898 to 2003. The ground was renovated quite a bit, you could see, throughout its history. It had some renovations in the 1920s. In 1958, the Fletcher Street stand got a roof. It was fully roofed because before that it was just open to the elements. 1965, it got floodlights. In 1982, one of the stands was burned down due to an arson attack, but then the following year, the Brian Bevan stand was built in its place in 1983. In World War II, it was used as a storage depot as part of the war effort. So it did see quite a bit of action in terms of renovation. The record attendance at the ground was 34,304 people. And that occurred in the 1948/1949 season against Wigan, when Warrington were one of the top teams and they'd only lost 2 matches that year. The ground had a capacity of 9,261, so you can imagine 34,304 people being inside the ground. It must have been like a tin of sardines, or it must have been like standing in an elevator watching that particular game. The final game that Warrington Wolves played at the ground was on the 21st of September 2003, when Warrington played against Wakefield Trinity. There was a crowd of 9,261 there. It was a sellout. Warrington defeated Wakefield 52 points to 12, with former Adelaide player Graham Apple kicking 10 goals and scoring a hat-trick. The ground was also used for test matches. It hosted 7 test matches between 1953 to 2003, and it also hosted 24 tour matches which featured Australia, New Zealand, etc. between 1907 and 1994. Although Warrington left the ground in 2003 to go to the Halliwell Jones Stadium, the ground was still used by the Warrington Wizards, or they were also known by a couple of other names. They were an amateur rugby league club. They played at the ground until 2012, and that's when rugby league was stopped playing there. After that, the ground was demolished in 2014, and there was talk about having a housing development put on the site, around about 160 houses. And I was reading in the news last year that they'd finally approved to have the houses built there. In 2017, the famous scoreboard from Wilderspool was relocated to Victoria Park in Warrington, so that was saved after a bit of a campaign to have the scoreboard saved. So that is me video tonight on Wilderspool. This is the first ground that I'm going to be featuring in my Forgotten Rugby League Ground series in terms of the Betfred Super League clubs. I hope you enjoyed this video. If I left out any information, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts on the video and your memories of Wilderspool. So this has been Rugby League History. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and I'll catch us all later in the next video. Tatty bye for now.